Hey everyone, this is Guy, the writer, director, and animator on this series of Spider-Man films. What I'm coming to you folks today about is that I'm looking to do casting on YouTube for the voice actors for this Spider-Man 2 film. I had done a similar type of casting on the first film, except that I mostly just did it out of this website, Superhero Hype. So, since YouTube has so many people involved in it, then, I thought that this would be a good place to look to cast people who would be enthusiastic about the project. I am very serious about these films, so I really am looking for people who are serious about acting, that really enjoy it and really, look forward to it. I'm not saying that anyone has to be a professional actor with a resume or anything like that, but simply that, that they do take, this whole thing seriously. Also, anyone that gets cast needs to have a little bit of flexibility in the sense of that once we do the initial recordings of the voice recordings, I'm sure that there's going to be times when I'll ask folks to redo a thing, or I might alter some lines or something like that, some dialogue and things like that. So so there'll be re-recordings and things. So so that's just part of it. What I'm figuring on doing is that I'm going to lay out in this video the characters that are going to be in the film that I'm looking to cast. On top of these main characters, there's also going to be there are minor characters, like background characters and things like that just speak a line here and there. So I'll need people to do that. It might even be that some of the folks that are cast might play more than one character. That's certainly what happened with my first Spider-Man film, actually. So okay. So without further ado, I'm going to begin to list the characters and give an idea of what I'm looking for in terms of the dramatic approach to the character and so forth. Aunt May. May has a very dramatic arc in the film. She runs a gambit of emotions as she deals with both her own and Peter's struggles. I'm not necessarily looking for May to be elderly in vocal style, just mature. Captain George Stacy. George Stacy is the father of Gwen Stacy and a retired police officer. He's very intelligent with an understanding nature. He also has more than a passing interest in Spider-Man's motivations. Mysterio. Mysterio appears as a member of the Sinister Six, but his civilian identity of Quentin Beck will also be featured. Beck is, by nature, very arrogant. He's also quite clever. Curt Connors. Curt Connors plays a supporting role here. There's no lizard transformation. Good guy scientist, he's a friend to Peter in the story. Dr. Otto Octavius / Dr. Octopus. Doc Ock is the main antagonist of this story. We see him make the transformation from Dr. Octavius to Dr. Octopus. A genius, he has little patience for the world that he believes can't keep up with him intellectually. Electro. Electro appears as another member of the Sinister Six. Flash Thompson. Peter's high school nemesis. The usual boisterous school jock. Gwen Stacy, Peter's girlfriend, intelligent, loving, and strong-willed. She's reached a crossroads with Peter, frustrated by his disappearances and secretiveness. She's determined to find out what's going on with him. Harry Osborn, Peter's best friend and roommate. Harry's dark family history is taking a serious toll on him. Hobie Brown, a side character that has plans to use his cleverness to move up the financial ladder. Jonah Jameson, hard-driving publisher of the Daily Bugle with a special hatred for Spider-Man. Kraven the Hunter, also a member of the Sinister Six. If you're auditioning for this character, don't give him any type of Russian accent or anything like that. Just give just normal dialogue. Mary Alice Anders, a colleague of Otto's with whom he falls in love. Lavinia Octavius, the clinging, overbearing mother of Otto Octavius. Mary Jane Watson. In this story, she's just friends with Peter, and she's actually dating Harry. But, she's her usual fiery and fun character. Mindy. She's Hobie Brown's girlfriend. Norman Osborn. Head of Oscorp, Harry's father, and a man with missing memories that haunt him. He takes a hard edge with everyone in his drive to be master of all he surveys. He and Doc Ock will be butting heads a good deal in this film. Peter Parker. Peter will find himself tested both personally in all of his relationships and as Spider-Man, both physically facing a threat that he's never dealt with before, and in terms of his commitment to the responsibility of being Spider-Man. Robbie Robertson. Robbie is Jonah's assistant editor and right hand. He's the counterbalance to Jonah and perhaps more of his conscience. Open and fair-minded, he looks for the good in people before the bad. Sandman, fifth member of the Sinister Six, a strong-armed thug now endowed with the ability to morph and shapeshift. Vulture, the sixth and final member of the Sinister Six. He's aged but extremely dangerous via his powerful wings and arsenal. So as far as auditioning, what you can do is you can either look at comic dialogue featuring the characters and dramatic scenes or whatever, and just role play them, record yourself playing those things. If you have friends and things like that would like to also audition, then feel free. For example, if you wanted to do dialogue that came from a comic where Spider-Man and Dr. Octopus are having a back and forth, then that would be fine also, but just make it clear who's doing what character and so forth. After that, after I make like selections and stuff like that for who I think would be good for the parts and stuff like that, then I'll actually send out to each person sides from the script, and for them to go ahead and record those, so then then I can make the all the final choices. So when you have your recordings that you want to submit, you can send them to my email, which is gsderritt@gmail.com. If you have any questions, then feel free to shoot me an email regarding that also. And thank you, and best of luck to everyone. I look forward to working with you on this.